Hello, in this video we look at the 13th and last verse of the Mangala Sutta. Etadisani katvana sabbatamaparajita sabbata sutingachanti tante samangalamuttamanti. And now we'll look at the text. Etadisani katvana sabbatamaparajita sabbata sutingachanti tante samangalamuttamanti. Etadisani, such things. Let me just get my text boxes back. Here we are. Etadisani means such things. It's from the root drish, to see, and at the end of a compound we have drisha, which becomes Pali disa, seeing literally, meaning looking like or just such like. So looking like that, we would normally expect to see tadrisha, but in fact it's not that. It becomes a bit unusually tadrisha, meaning like that looking, meaning like that, and in Pali tadisa. And using etat instead of tat, we would expect to see etadrisha, which is not etadrisha, but in fact it becomes etadrisha, meaning looking like that, of that kind, and in Pali etadisa, that looking, that like, of that kind. And here it's put in the neuter plural, meaning things like that, such things. So etadisani katwana, having done such things. From the root kre, I'll give you the iPad again. So I hope I didn't forget to give you the iPad when I was explaining drish and tadrisha. If I did, sorry. Here we are. Tadrisha doesn't in fact exist. It lengthens to tadrisha, or in Pali tadisa. And etadrisha you would expect, in fact, becomes etadrisha in Sanskrit, and then etadisa in Sanskrit, in Pali. So kri makes the absolutive form, having done, kritva, and in Pali, as we would expect, katva, having done. In Pali, but not in Sanskrit, this twa is occasionally extended by the addition of a na. It makes no distinction to the meaning, exactly the same meaning. They're just alternative forms, katwa or katwana. So etadisani katwana, having done things like that. Sabbatam aparajita, sabbata in Sanskrit, sarvatra, just everywhere. ultra. The suffix tra is used in different senses, different suffixes coincidentally, ultra. But in an adverb of place, sarva all, sarva tra, it makes an adverb of place here, so everywhere, and it becomes sabbata in Pali. Notice the aspiration here, sabbata, with an aspirated ta, a little bit unusual. You'd expect, because in Sanskrit it's just sarvatra with an unaspirated ta followed by a ra. You'd expect to see in Pali sabbata with just the double T with no aspiration, but it just comes out in Pali with the aspirate, sabbata. So sabbatam aparajita. Aparajita, if it was singular, it would be aparajito. This is the plural, aparajita, because now it's talking about people generally, those who. So itadisani katvana, having done those things. Sabbatam aparajita, undefeated in all ways. That would mean here, obviously, undefeated by vices, undefeated by the defilements. Sabbata, sotim gachanti. As we see, sabbata again everywhere, and also it means in all ways, not just locality, but it by extension meaning in every way. Sabbatam sotim gachanti. They everywhere or in all ways go to well-being. Etam tan tesam mangalam uttamam. Tan tesam, that of them. So tan, that, tesam mangalam uttamanti, is the highest blessing, tesam, for them. So that's the genitive plural, used also as the dative in Pali. Aparajita. There's the root ji, meaning to conquer, defeat. It makes the regular past participle, jitta. With the prefix para, that could be described as just an intensive form here, not really altering the meaning of the word, just giving it a more intense meaning, and negated by aparajita, undefeated, totally undefeated. Aparajita. Sutti, by the way, I've dealt with in some detail in verse 2. So go back to verse 2. See, Suttanam and Sutti all dealt with there. It's from Suasti, Sanskrit Suasti, meaning well-being, Pali version Sutti. So they go to so I put safely there. It should be they go to. Actually, Bhikkhu Bodhi is translated as safety, but it's okay. It can include safety, but it's much more than that. Safety, well-being includes safety, but the word sutti is not confined to that. So let me go through it once again. So Kattavana, having done itadisani such things, aparajita, the a is the negating other, aparajita, undefeated, sabbattam aparajita, undefeated in all ways. Remember, this inserted m here is euphonic only. You would normally expect to see, and you see in prose, sabbatta aparajita. It's just put in here euphonically to avoid the hiatus. In Sanskrit you wouldn't do that. You would say sarvatra parajita. But in Pali you could do it one of three ways in Pali actually. You can keep the hiatus, which you'd normally do in prose, sabbatta aparajita. You could make a santi of it, sabatta parajita, or as here, and you'd find it used in poetry, but not so much in prose, a bit, but not very much in prose. You could insert this euphonic M, sabatta maparajita. Sabatta sutting gachanti, gachanti, they go to well-being and or safety, sutti. Sabatta, everywhere, in all ways. Dan desam, that for them, mangalam uttamanti, is the highest blessing. This could be construed as either that is the highest blessing for them, or that is their highest blessing. The syntax of the Pali could equally support both meanings. Tantesa mangalam uttaman. I'll read it through once more and then we'll conclude. Etadisani katwana sabbattamaparajita. Sorry, I haven't centered this properly. Enlarge a bit. Start again. Etadisani katwana sabbattamaparajita sabbatta suttingachanti tante sammangalam uttamanti. And that's it on this video.